I'm working so hard, but I'm unable to achieve my desired results. Is this something that you can relate with? Is this something that is happening with you right now? This is something that used to happen to me and haunt me a lot when I was a child, when I was a school going child and I was a CA student. All of those times I used to have this feeling. And I've lived with this feeling, I understand this feeling, I've read about this feeling, I've done my research, and here I am talking about it now. First, let me explain you what you're doing wrong, where your approach is horribly wrong. Because there is something wrong with the approach with which you're targeting your goal. First, we will understand the problem and then we will proceed towards understanding the solution. Okay, I have 3 brilliant solutions for you. But towards the second half of the video, probably where you're going wrong is that you are addicted to busyness. There is a concept by the name busy trap. Read about it. Okay. Busy trap. What is this? This is something that probably is wrong with the entire world right now. Everybody feels like I find everyone busy. Everybody is busy. Even children are busy. What's wrong? Even the children are busy these days. And by busy, I mean busy all day. They are busy every minute of the day. Mostly adults. And that is what I feel is wrong in the approach. We are addicted to busyness. We are addicted to that feeling of being busy all the time. We want to slog for hours. We want to work 10 or 12 hours in a day. Unless we do that, we feel incomplete. We feel there's something wrong with what we've done with our day. And that is what I feel is the grave mistake we are doing with our approach towards targeting our goal. You want to be busy because you feel if I am busy all the time, I'm working, obviously my life cannot be meaningless. Obviously, my life cannot be trivial, it cannot be small because I'm doing so much in a day. But are you actually doing so much in a day? That's the question. Are you just sitting with your books? I'm just giving you an example here. If you're a student and if you're just sitting with your books for 18 hours in a day and thinking that you've achieved a lot, that is probably a wrong parameter to measure your productivity. The number of hours that went into doing a job is not the right parameter to measure the productivity. So the idea is to achieve maximum output per unit of input. That's the idea. I should be able to achieve productivity of a number of hours by doing deep work, focused work in 1 hour. I'm not saying just work 1 hour. No, you need more than that, definitely. But working 10 or 12 hours and just sleeping happy that, okay, I did so much today. I mean, ask yourself, did you actually do so much? Simple सवाल है, काम हो रहा है कि नहीं? काम हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? Have you ever observed that when you are in a rush, you're in a hurry, you don't have a lot of time, you mostly end up doing a lot of work in a very limited period of time? Have you seen how much you write in an exam when you just have 2 or 3 hours to answer a paper? Have you seen the amount of words you write in that paper, the amount of thoughts that appear in your mind, the amount of productivity that happens on your answer sheet in just 2 or 3 hours? How many of those pages are you able to write when you're at your home in an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours? Probably not even 1/10 of that. It's because you know the time is limited. You know that you don't have all day for this. So there's this very nice quote that I heard somewhere which makes a lot of sense to me. I try and abide by it. I try and live my life as per it. Work fills up available time. Whatever time is available to you, all the moments of that time are going to be filled up with work. So you have to restrict that. Okay, this addiction of yours that if I am busy, I'm doing something good with my life. You feel anxious, right? You feel anxious, you feel guilty when you're free. And that is wrong. you are mistreating yourself if you're keeping that kind of a harsh approach towards your time. अगर मैं खाली हूँ, मैं वेला हूँ, तो मैं time waste कर रहा हूँ. Time spent enjoying yourself is not time wasted. If I'm not doing anything, I'm just chilling in my room, lying down, daydreaming, I'm not wasting my time. Who says so? Who's going to judge me or anybody? Who can judge me and tell me if I'm daydreaming, I'm doing something wrong? I may come up with the most productive things for my life during those hours of daydreaming. When I'm not doing anything, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking about a better tomorrow. God knows. Yeah, you agree? So that is the thing that I wanted to explain to you. That sometimes what happens is you feel that you're working a lot, but you're not actually working a lot. Just accept it. Think about it. No, don't accept it. Just think about it and then decide if you want to accept or you want to reject. So lastly, this addiction to busyness is nothing but your existential reassurance to yourself. You're just telling yourself, I was busy all day. I was working. I didn't waste my time. I did something nice with my day. And now the next thing that would happen to you is another anxiety. If I've been working for so many hours for so long, why am I not getting anywhere in life? Why am I not being able to do something in my life? Why is my life stuck? This is an anxiety that you're causing to yourself because you're keeping unrealistic expectations. Okay? There's this very good phenomenon that explains this condition here. It says that what is good driving? What is good driving? Good driving is good driving and good braking. You cannot be a good driver unless you know when to brake, because otherwise you will hit someone, you will hurt somebody, you will hurt yourself. And that's exactly how you're supposed to run your own life. That's how you're supposed to take charge of the wheel of your life. You must know when to brake. Sometimes it's more about how much work are you getting done. काम कितना हो रहा है, चाहे आपने 1 घंटे में किया हो या 5 घंटे में किया हो. If a report can be done in half an hour and you're completing it in 4 hours, what are you doing with your time? 3.5 were just totally wasted. You thought you were working, but you're not working. You were wasting those 3.5 hours. You could have done something else with that time. First is reframe the goal. What is your goal? You must know your goal. Achieve क्या करना है? What you want to achieve? What are the necessary steps towards achieving it? Your goal should not be to be busy. Stop taking pride in being busy all the time. Do not take pride in that because it's not cool. Even if you think it is cool or somebody has told you it is cool, it is not. I used to make that mistake a lot when I was a child. I would sit with my books for 17-18 hours in a day and think, oh, I studied a lot today. God, I'm so tired. But if you ask me how much could I achieve out of those 17-18 hours, not much. I would hardly do a few questions, solve a few questions, read a few pages of a chapter. I mean, productivity was negligible. And that's why I feel that it's important to restrict the time that you have for work. Because when the time is going to be restricted, you will automatically work with more focus. That is something that will happen as a subset of you restricting your number of hours of work. Okay? And that's not just for your office, also for the people who are working from home. And also for the people who come back from office and then again work from home. So that applies to everybody. So reframe your goal. The goal is not to be busy. The goal is to achieve. Achieve so much so that your life is good, you're satisfied. Moving on to point number 2. Focus on what's truly important. All of us have a lot of things to do in a day, okay? But we truly know what things will give us maximum productivity, will help us, push us into the right direction, and help us achieve our goals in a shorter duration. We all know those important, imperative 2 or 3 tasks in a day. Focus most of your energy on those tasks. Divide your tasks. Put a priority order to your stuff. Like for me, my priority, if you ask me, my priority is to get fresh in the morning ASAP, get ready for the day, okay? And then once you're ready, I have to do my makeup because I have to shoot videos, a lot of videos in a day. I start with my work, I start shooting, I start writing my scripts and stuff. And if you ask me what are my most high priority items in a day? So my most high priority items would be writing the scripts, shooting the videos, editing. I mean, taking care of the editing, me and the people who are otherwise involved. Yeah. So these 3 things will give me maximum productivity. I have to focus most of my energy on these 3. Try and finish the day's task for these 3 as soon as possible so that the rest of the day is free for me to do things that I like doing otherwise. I mean, it's not that I don't like doing these 3. I like them. It's just that this is also my work, right? There are other things also to life. There are long walks, there are long drives, there are long conversations you can have with your mom and dad. There's so much more to life. There's exercise, there is going to gym and so much more. So I try and save time for these things. And that's how I prioritize my stuff. So there's one thing that you must remember to do here, and you must do it every day. And that is to derive maximum output out of per unit of input. Per unit of input would mean 1 hour of work or half an hour of work. You decide your unit of input, okay? That is variable. It's a variable, okay? So per unit of input, maximum productivity, maximum output. And that would need a lot of focus from you. Now, coming to point number 3, I cannot stress how important this one is. And that is to embrace your boredom. We are so scared of getting bored. God knows why. How is it humanly possible to not be bored ever? And why are you so scared of being bored? Boredom is not bad. It unlocks a massive potential for creativity. In the time when you're not doing anything, when you don't have anything to do, anything to lay your hands on, that is the time you're hit with most productive ideas, the most amazing ideas. I don't know how many times I've thought of ideas for my videos when I was actually not doing anything and I was kind of getting bored. Those ideas really hit you very hard when you're getting bored, when you have free time on hand. So boredom is something you must learn how to embrace. Okay, you must know how to get along with it. It's not something that you need to dread or be scared of. It's very much part and parcel of life. If you enjoyed my video, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I don't know how else to be in touch with you. And I also happen to make short videos on my shorts channel, Alina Ray Shorts, and my Instagram. I make reels that are educative in nature, and I share a few tits and bits of my life here and there on Instagram. So yeah, I'll see you again soon. You remember to take care of yourself, be happy, work productively, try and give some time to yourself, enjoy life. It's too short to be busy all the time. Okay, bye.